breaking the fourth wall.
Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to Dirt Sheet Radio presents TNA Bound for Glory, where the Hardyz send the fans home happy. We got a lot to talk about, probably less bullshit, maybe some bullshit, and not a lot, where it covers half the show.
Yeah, half the show was like bullshit, so we might not even have too much extracurricular bullshit just to get through the normal bullshit.
But anyway, I am that corner reviewer, Matt, and to join me, the LWC War Chief, Andrew. How you doing?
Well, it's Saturday, so that's different. It's not
It
Thursday.
is a Saturday, yes. We weren't here Thursday because I was in Florida.
And it was a decent show on Thursday, just to spite you.
Just to spite me. It was like, you know what? We're going to have a good show. We could have a okay show. And then when he comes back, it ain't going to happen.
He's gonna get a mixed bag of things he hates, a couple things he likes, but then things he hates.
Yes. And I'm like, you know what? These are good. I had one really good, damn good match. We got a crowd please for sending the fans home happy, but it was for the wrong match. But we're gonna get to all of this, all the fun.
We had 3 really good matches. Let's be honest here.
Oh no, there was plenty. There was plenty that were good.
3 really good ones. 3 that I know I personally give 4 snowflakes or higher.
4 snowflakes. The 4 snowflakes.
Yes.
Yep. And then some just like, all right, I was with it until the end, and then some just, all right, let's go.
Some were what we expected, you know.
Yeah. I didn't hate it. I will say that I didn't hate the show.
The finish made me understand the second or the penultimate match a little better. So I don't like it, but it softened the blow a little bit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now you can't start yawning already. We're only like 4 minutes into the show.
Oh no,
We got like another hour to go. Stop it.
I was pre-gaming for our first pre-show match.
What? You don't like the Elegance twins against fucking Australia and England?
Yeah,
our blondes with accents against our blondes with attitude?
They're the same vein. One's a sex doll factory and the other's...
I don't know. Like, Brindley's kind of stacked. And Zaya, I've come around to, and I don't know why.
Out who the fuck was a Brindley?
No, I already said she sounds like Steve Irwin's daughter's name, even though you looked that up and it was Bindi, but it's close enough, you know?
I was like, Crocky! It's related.
Crocky, it's 2 Elegance twins in their home territory.
But I don't have the graphic, but it's Ash and Heather by Elegance.
Yes, because they debuted her makeover on the Thursday you missed. Which that was a classic Nickelodeon high school Mean Girls kind of getting their comeuppance kind of segment. Which that sounds bad, but compared to what we've had like the last 5 weeks in TNA, not terrible. Corny, but not terrible.
Do they wear pink on Wednesday?
I don't know. They didn't go through their entire Mean Girls spiel, or if they have a burn book or anything like that, but Brindley and Zaya ended up like dunking their faces in like their champagne bowls. So Ash and Heather were just like crying and being mad and saying it's all ruined and they're upset and shit that.
It's all ogre now.
Exactly, all ogre. It's Jover even, you know.
It's Jover. Yeah, we got a Jover. But...
It's J to the over.
Yeah. In 8 minutes, the Elegantos have won.
But it makes sense. That's the sad thing about that match.
Yeah.
Because Zaya's been pissed. We had this conversation a couple weeks ago when they kind of re-sparked it with the whole Heather debuting thing.
Right.
Is Zaya going to continue to be Sting and just get screwed over by heels being mean to her and stupid shit, or is she going to snap? And it looks like she's snapping a little bit.
Is she gonna form her own Mean Girls with Blackjack and hookers?
Oh, I'm glad you said blackjack and hookers and not flapjack. And I'm just like, let's not ever talk about that fucking cartoon.
Yeah, you didn't like the flapjack.
I'ma slap you.
You're
I'ma hit you with a slapjack if you talk about flapjack.
You're going all slap happy. Slapping you.
Chowder was cool. Flapjack, stupid fuck.
Chowder had the best floor breaking.
I also liked Snitzel a lot in Chowder. Just rada.
I always translate it as "I'm gonna throw you in the fire."
More or less, yeah.
I'm gonna throw you in the fire. Throw you in the fire.
It's like watching like Spanish telenovelas when you don't really know what's going on. You just make up your own conversation. Same thing with like watching Pokemon when they actually have the Pokemon talk, and you're just like, ooh, he cursed you out. In my head, he's cursing you out. He's throwing you in the fire. He's sleeping with your sister or whatever it is.
I agree, Pikachu. We need a Geneva Convention.
Pikachu saw the Cyndaquil join the team. He's like, pick up.
Fucking Chikorita turn into a Yandere.
Yeah.
Ashikun, what are you doing?
I'm mad at you.
I'm a race to leave his fucking throat.
Yeah.
This was a 2 snowflake.
It's about that, yeah, because story-wise it made sense. The match wasn't offensive. It's just, it was a good pre-show match, because no one really gave a fuck, but they had a story to tell.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a good undercard match.
Okay. But anywho...
Was it not?
No, it was passable. It did what it needed to do.
Exactly.
But,
if Zaya joins the Elegance team, I'm gonna be a little angry, but we'll see.
Zaya by Elegance.
God. Even though, like, Brookside by Elegance, that sounds like a fucking fashion designer.
There we go.
So if she goes by that, then I'm just like, I like the name, but I hate the concept. You know?
They might do something with that. We'll see. Unless she gets back, unless she gets her own mean girls. Again, with the blackjack and the hookers.
Yes, the blackjack, not the flapjack.
And flapjack.
No flapjack!
Do not disrespect that kid.
I'm gonna disrespect him, Captain Knuckles, and whatever the fuck else came with that show.
The Dr. Bob. Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ugh.
Yes.
Fucking terrible. Nightmare fuel of a fucking show.
It is nightmare fuel. That's why I like that. You can watch it for Halloween. Just show the cat episode. There we go.
I prefer to watch Courage the Cowardly Dog if we're watching an old cartoon for Halloween. So do I.
Courage.
I know. I didn't say bad cartoon. I said an older cartoon.
That is fantastic.
Exactly. I don't think anybody can really hate Courage. Like that came out at a perfect time.
If they did, I would not trust them ever.
Like, I can understand hatred for Ed, Edd and Eddy, because I know when I was younger, it was just too fucking stupid for my liking. And it's just like, I didn't quite understand the humor, because it's just dumb. And I was definitely one of those kids that was just like, it's dumb, go away.
Yeah, it was like dumb with slapstick.
Exactly. So it's like, I liked fucking Kablam and the fucking, Thunder Girl and their weird little shorts where they had the League of Action Heroes or whatever the fuck that was with Meltman. Action League Now, yeah, with Meltman with the power to melt and
Prometheus and Bob.
Yeah, and the Flesh.
Yes. And the Melted Man with the power to melt.
And Stinky Diver.
Yes. Who comes up with this? What did that guy just wake up one day like, I'm gonna swim in
Genius, that's what that was. Thunder Girl with the ability to fly like thunder. Like this they're just so stupid. It was like fucking what the hell was that shitty superhero movie that came out in the mid-90s with Kel Mitchell and like Adam Sandler, and like they had spoons and like the shoveler.
Which Mystery Men?
Yes, Mystery Men. That's what it was. Yeah.
That was stupid.
But it was around that same time where we just came up with like people just came up with moronic superheroes. They're just like, it'd be funny. This dude had, spoons
And it's
instead of forks.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? You're crazy. Pass the Coke.
Exactly.
Pass the Coke, son.
It was all the remnants of the 80s Coke. It just bled into the 90s a little bit.
Yeah, like, this has chemicals in it, but boy, do I like it.
Yeah, it's just like, crack and meth eventually came up, so maybe they were just experimenting then.
Exactly.
Yes.
But we had a nice promo ceremony, the Hall of Fame.
It did ruin the whole EY thing, though.
Yeah, well, that's EY though.
I think my only problem with it was the fact that both EY and Tommy Dreamer were doing the inductions. So it was just like, you got hit with back-to-back sappy dad speeches.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, ugh. That killed the mood.
But we had some cameos with Chase Stevens, Kurt Angle, Abyss, James Storm,
AJ Styles.
Even AJ Styles, all congratulating Mr. Bob Ryder.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? It worked for Eric Young because I guess he had history, I'm sure, and he wanted alumni to step the award on behalf and make the People's Champion title. Oh, that's The Rock. I'm sorry, but
or it's Diamond Dallas Page if you were a WCW kid.
Bye DDP Yoga. By the way,
it works. Sheesh.
I know the yoga does work, but. Like, you don't need to plug everything. It's like,
Yes,
he died. This man died. But he would have lived for another year or two if he had DDP Yoga.
He knows what he's talking about. What can he say?
Yeah, and then we had another induction speech, but this time with Tommy Dreamer. I didn't like it that much, but it was inducting Rhino.
Which, it makes sense. Who else is from ECW in the area that would make sense to induct Rhino?
Yeah, Rhino was talking about blondes.
Yeah, Rhino definitely had a little bit of that, like, Henry Godwin kind of speech going on, where he felt like he was just dragging on and rambling for a while.
He was trying to make it kind of funny. I get it.
Kinda. And it came off real rambly. And
Yeah, he was like Larry Zbyszko. I'm gonna fuck my mama. Fuck my mom.
Yeah. I think my fiance, but we're not getting married, and there's hot chicks in the audio.
We're not getting married because it's my moment, damn it.
Yeah. Which, that was at least funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, Dreamer and then EY, or EY and then Dreamer. That's just back to back, like, sappy fucking sad boy fucking promos. I'm just like,
one sappy would have been fine.
Yes. One is fine. Two is too many.
Yeah.
And then you go into a gauntlet
three
with
is grab the cane and drag him out.
Yes. Three is like Katie Vick level. Like, stop it. And then you go into the gauntlet match.
They're going to experience that if they keep talking.
Yeah.
Especially
The gauntlet
Dreamer.
match didn't help anything either.
Yeah, we had our Call Your Gauntlet match. Call Your Shot Gauntlet. Our participants were Frankie Kazarian, Laredo Kid, AJ Francis, Bhupinder Gujjar, Hammerstone, Jake Somfin, Jason Hodge, JDC, John Schuyler, Jonathan Gresham, KC Navarro, Lei Ying Lee, Leon Slater, Rhino, Rohit Raju, Sammy Callahan, Tasha Moan, Trent Seven, Trey Miguel, and Zachary Wentz.
Yeah. You know it's a problem when Rohit Raju is like the big return out of all of those?
You know, we didn't get one NXT.
We didn't get one alumni, unless you really want to count Rhino, because everybody's trying to make a big deal about it. But
Rhino's already been wrestling like bi-weekly, so
I know,
it's not like new.
I know. The thing that bothered me the most about it, to be completely 1000% honest, is putting Lei Ying Lee in there when you only had Tasha. Hey, Dorothy. But you only had Tasha, and you didn't have any other knockouts, and then she just got punked out by fucking Frankie Kazarian. So you make your new, cool Mortal Kombat gimmicked martial artist new knockout look like a dweeb.
Yeah.
Because you only had, you only had 2 female wrestlers and something that's supposed to be pushed as like intergender, and I think Jordynne won it 1 year. So like it proves that women knockouts can win it, and then Lei Yingli hits the fucking like roundhouse kick on Frankie, and he mostly no sells it just to like lariat her and then knock her, then throw her the fuck out. Yeah. It's like really.
Yeah, domestic abuse. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess you can argue that like AJ Francis was coming in soon after that, and the bigger guys would have been hard to validate keeping her in, but that was a mess. It looked bad. Lei Yingli should have never been in that fucking match.
That was a no bueno.
Yeah,
as they say. But again, no great surprises. It was a battle royal, or your gauntlet for the gold, and just our final 4 though. I just went. Ugh.
Yeah, one was pandering.
Could you not make it any more obvious than what you did right here?
I mean, the only maybe was AJ Francis, because you could think, okay, maybe he'll be a dick and he'll screw his way, find a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
But nope. Rhino made top 4 just because it was like the hometown pop when he has no reason making top 4.
It's like, what? Fine, you want to keep him. Fine by me. But
yeah,
the audacity to have AJ Francis and JDC as the other 2.
Francis was fine. He was the last entrant. He's big. It's fine. JDC though, that was the problematic thing. He's a joke.
Like, what the fuck?
He could have been literally anybody else. Could have been Trent Seven. Or Hammerstone.
Or Rohit Raju.
Or Tasha Steelz.
No.
Why not? Told you. You keep calling her Mercedes Moné, but her is real, so it's okay.
Timu Modes. There we go.
No, not Timu Moon.
Timu Modes. Someone make that a gimmick. Timu Modes.
I feel like that's a Pornhub gimmick, though. Because they'd spell it Moan. Yes.
Sponsored by Pornhub.
Aww.
Or the U-porn.
Or Spank Bang.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Spank Bang got lame though.
It got lame? Was it like edgy at some point? Was it just like we had snuff films, but no,
it had the stuff. It had the stuff I watched, and then it's like, okay, we're gonna stop updating for that category. I'm like, you know what? Few, and most of it was God after. I'm like, eat a dick.
Fair enough.
So, but I still check for hope. Hope.
Just in case.
For coping purposes.
Yeah, the copium is real with you, isn't it? You're just like, maybe they'll update it. You just keep refreshing the page.
Coping is talking to me.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But let's move on. The actual show starts, and we had our X-Division Championship match with Speedball, Mike Bailey, and El Hijo del Vikingo.
Yeah, this match was definitely... I heard you like spots, so we've got spots with our spots, with extra spots for your spots.
C spots run.
C. CCC, in both C as in English C to look, and C as in yes for Spanish, because Vikingo.
Yeah. If you like this type of wrestling, I think you would enjoy this a lot more.
It was a clean match, though.
No, it wasn't a match you contender, but it was a good match.
No, I mean I meant clean in the respect of like nothing was egregiously bad, nothing was botched, nothing was really slow.
And there were times they went fast, and there were times they went slow.
Exactly. I ended up giving it a 4 personally because like I don't love these style of matches, but it was still entertaining. and
like,
nothing looked
but
bad.
like taking that aside, you can go. You know what? Yeah, you know what? That's pretty good. Not for me, but pretty good.
More or less. And like the only interesting thing that came from this for me was the fact that it seems like the defense with Leon Slater and now this match, Bailey's kind of getting a little more of an edge to himself.
Yeah. No. This match I also gave it 4, and I really liked. I would say I liked the Destroyer on the turnbuckle, on the apron.
Yep.
Because of how clean it was.
Yeah, from Vikingo to Bailey. Yeah.
Bailey, yeah.
I am getting a little tired of wrestlers just naming their finishing moves after Final Fantasy VII fucking shit. Like,
I mean, Dolph
Seven's not that
Ziggler.
good. Stop it.
Well, Dolph Ziggler was a Final Fantasy name. Like you just look at it, like, you know, he just screams that name just screams Final Fantasy. Am I wrong?
It does. Ziggler's a little too goofy.
Yeah,
Dolph, yes.
It
Ziggler
sounds like something you would get. It sounds like something that you would play at like a Final Fantasy 12 for Dolph Ziggler.
No, the 12 was too old school. That was based in Ivalice, so it was medieval. Ziggler would that's like being the Riddler or something. Ziggler sounds like it'd be a class. It'd be like Dolph the Ziggler, and it's just like, what do we do?
But yes, Mark Woolsey, we are interested.
But yeah.
What was the name of the move that Bailey used to win?
Meteor Rain, which is
Meteor Rain?
Cloud's first or second limit break, I forget. And it's Meteo Rain, not Meteor Rain. Just so we're clear.
Yeah, that, and you got Ultimate Weapon, which is in every Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, which is a boss in every Final Fantasy game, yes.
And a weapon.
A weapon in some, a boss in almost all of them, yes.
Yeah. But we're not surprised. Bailey retained. But no, a good showcase and a great way to open the show, because I think that's something you had to open with.
Oh yeah, especially like the kind of concept of starting off hot. Like nothing was gonna go faster than that match, and they showed up.
If you did the Monsters Bowl, then no. So no, this was the right match to open with, and
agreed.
Again, good start. So
good enough.
Four is all around. It's not bad. Calm down, people.
And then the worst match. This
was your worst match.
Pretty sure. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Spitfire against Rosemary and Wendy.
Choo. Were you really going Cuckoo Choo reference? What are you, 60?
I am the walrus.
Oh God.
She is the Choo with the Wendy Choo.
Are you also a pinball wizard? Like, how many fucking like 70s and 60s references we gonna make?
Well, when I have just a mustache with a baby face, it's a porno mustache. So it's 70s in there.
Okay, fair. So, the porno mustache does make everything in the 70s.
The Ringo porn star. That's what that was my nickname.
Nice.
But it was shit. Yeah, shit. I was trying to think of a nice way to say it.
Like, the spots were set up slow. Some of it was clever, like when Wendy used the pillow to block Rosemary getting thrown into a corner. Like, I thought that was cute. You know what I mean? Like, it was an interesting use of the pillow, because usually it's a weighted pillow and she uses it as a weapon. But she used it kind of like how Toru Yano used to use the pads after he took one off. And he'd use it for his teammate getting thrown into the exposed turnbuckle. He'd be like, oh, no. And he put it there, and he's like, oh, good, he's safe. Yeah, I protect you, my boy, don't worry.
I take care of you, boy.
More or less, yeah. But then, like, Jody Threat's bad. She was slow to spots.
We only follow Danny Luna in terms of Spitfire.
I mean, I only follow her, because following her is obviously the best angle. Like, I hate to see her go, but I love to watch her walk away. Like, ooh. Like,
I mean, you're right.
Like, Danny Dump Truck for a reason, though, you know? And then, I mean, at least Rosemary, I guess, ended the sleep paralysis demon alliance. So
Yeah, miscommunication. Rosemary actually hit Wendy Choo. And then that leads to Spitfire and the tag team finishing move 1, 2, 3.
Yup.
Well, I guess Spitfire is just the face of that division of what.
Of what division?
Exactly, of this tag knockouts.
They are the leader of 2 people.
Pretty much. One stays champion, and then the one that's next in line is always a random parent or one that's gonna split up eventually.
Yeah, or just to a garbage duo. Like the Elegances are probably going to be getting a shot.
And they'll probably win it.
They'll probably win, yes, because they've actually been established.
They're probably the only ones that could beat him at this point for it. That's the sad part.
I don't like that part.
I don't like the belt at all.
I mean, I'm happy. I'll put it this way: I'd be happy in the respect of, I think Ash's character work has been good.
Right.
I think the way they position her in some of these episodes is stupid, but
Yes.
I think she's done well for herself in TNA. Like, objectively, Dana Brooke was garbage. Like, she wasn't a good wrestler. She wasn't a good promo. Like, she was hard to watch, except for like the tail end of that NXT run.
Yeah, and she pretended that 24/7 belt was like the biggest thing ever.
Exactly, and then like the tail end of the NXT run, she was tolerable, but still bad for someone that's been in the business for like 10 years or whatever the fuck it's been. But like this Ash thing, she gets it. You know what I mean? Like, she's funny. She's committed to the gimmick. Is it too much sometimes? Yes, but that's not her fault.
And the consigliere she has worked with her.
Yes. Yeah, the personal concierge is a perfect gimmick with that. So I would like it in the respect of Ash getting a belt, because I feel like Dana Brooke deserves
because I was definitely afraid they were going to give her the Knockouts World title, and I'm glad it's actually not.
She did well in those matches, though. You can't say
I know, those were her best matches in their entire careers.
But those were objectively good matches, too. It wasn't just like the tallest midget or the nicest guy in prison kind of writing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not like, it was good for Dana Brooke. Like, no, they were actually good fucking matches.
Yeah. Like, she is capable. She is... The potential is there for her to have it.
Yeah. So I feel like the tag belt would be fine for her. You know what I mean? So if they're positioning her and Heather to make a tag run, and then Zaya kind of is bubbling up with needing to find a buddy to take out the Elegance duo, then that's a good way to like lead into Hard to Kill.
Right. And then after the match, Rosemary hits Choo with the spear, and now that tag team partnership is over.
Demons no more.
Yeah, I guess that means Wendy Choo is going to beat her in NXT, and then people go, wow, this partnership is so one-sided. It's like, wow, it's like you watch only one side.
I mean, it was one-sided, though, in a way. It was whoever they were facing won everything. Aside from that match against Jody Threat, they didn't win anything. Wendy lost all their matches. Rosemary lost all their matches.
No, not that. I just mean like TNA guys losing on NXT.
Oh, yeah. Well, sure. I mean, Wentz won.
I know. They gloss over that, and TNA guys win on TNA shows. And an occasional NXT guy will win.
Which is kind of how it should go.
Yeah, it should be like 75-25 or 60 or 70-30.
Yeah, 70-30. I like that one a little more.
Yeah, that's how it should go.
But I mean, they were both, in a way, poorly used on the opposite shows.
Yeah, no.
Rosemary lost what, 2 or 3 times, right?
Yeah, Rosemary ate the pins in NXT.
And then Wendy got pinned a few times.
Yep.
On TNA, with the exception of the Jody match on Thursday, which you missed. But they just needed something to kind of fuel this tag.
Get momentum. Get momentum before.
So it's iffy. It's whatever. I'm glad it's done, but I'm also not mad at Wendy. I know you're not a big fan of Wendy, but I liked carrying you in ROH. I think this new sleepy demon thing It's interesting.
Yeah, she went from being this Chinese demon Mi Ying to just
Yeah.
the sleepy. Let's cuddle with my onesie.
More or less. I didn't like the narcoleptic gimmick initially, but like the sleep demon thing, I think has legs. They just have to figure out how to package her.
Yeah, just gotta figure out how to rehabilitate those legs.
More or less. But I think it's cool. You know what I mean? And you've
Sure.
got enough gothic weird girls in NXT like Tatum Paxley, whose name you will never remember because you're stubborn,
Yeah.
and others that she could always pair with just to kind of get some momentum and be like a hot topic faction.
Right. But next match, let us get right to it with. Hold on, there we are. It's Josh Alexander and Steve Maclin.
Yeah.
Did you like this match?
I'm torn. I'm torn on a few different ways. One, I'll lead with the best thing from it was Macklin's new music. Macklin's babyface tweener music, whatever you want to call it. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
The crowd was not into this match at fucking all for like 2/3 of the fucking thing.
Until Maclin got tied up.
Correct, which that was dumb, yet it also got the crowd into it. And
Yeah.
it was so dumb, it was pure New Jersey. And he's also a Marine. So New Jersey jarhead not wanting to get his hands unzip tied and just throw his fucking body into a dude.
Yeah.
And that's so New Jersey, New York. You know this. You grew up in the area. Like,
Yeah, I'm in New York, yeah.
which similar mentality. You can't tell me you don't know people from either Manhattan, any of the boroughs, or Jersey that are just like, fuck you. You tie my hands on my head, but I'm gonna toss myself at you.
Yeah,
I don't need my fucking hands to beat you piece of shit.
Yeah, they'll go. Fuck it, we ball. Let's go.
Exactly. So like, it was dumb, but it was so good character work, and the crowd actually liked it. And the crowd got behind Maclin when he was doing.
Yeah, they're slowly accepting him as this babyface. It was slow, it was methodical, and then when we got to the actual meat of the matter, this thing shouldn't work, but it did.
Exactly. So that's why when you said, "Did I like it?" It's weird. I'm conflicted because like, it did really well with what it was supposed to do, but
Yeah.
I didn't like the match. I think I gave it like 2 3/4 or 3, I forget. But like,
Yeah, I gave it 3 1/4.
yeah, I was a little lower on it just because like, what they were doing was dumb, and the match was a little slow, but it worked, and I can't be mad at that.
That was why I gave that rating, because it did work. Like, it shouldn't have. It really shouldn't have.
But I mean, I guess they kind of knew the crowd because Detroit is also kind of stubborn and hard-nosed, like a Northeast kind of crowd. So if they don't like you, they're not gonna like you until you make them like you. So that worked.
Yeah.
Good for Maclin to finally actually get some like actual momentum.
Babyface, I guess, some actual babyface support, sympathy, whatever you want to call it.
He's been trying to get babyface support for like 5 months. And then they went to Canada, so they hated him. So then he went back to being a heel for like, 2 weeks? And then went back to being a fucking babyface? Ugh.
Yeah, they didn't know what he was good. They didn't know what he was going to be. But
Maclin just needs some momentum and some consistency, and he might have found it.
Yep. Josh had him ankle lock while Maclin was still zip tied. Didn't tap out. He passed out. The referee called for it.
Went for the old Steve Austin.
Yep. Minus the double turn, but this was the way to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, I gave it 3 1/4. And before we continue, since we are in Detroit, we are talking about TNA.
Well, we're not in Detroit, but the show is.
Yeah. But congrats to Machine Guns becoming the WWE Tag Team Champions.
In only their 3rd match. Look at that.
I know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
And it wasn't a bad match either with the Bloodline. Like
Yeah,
it was solid for TV. You know what I mean?
They had a good TV match against DIY, and then this on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Crowd is still silent in the beginning, but they pick up and they show what they can do.
Well, because it's WWE, so the better portion of the crowd doesn't know who they are.
Yeah.
And that's fair. Like, even if they've been around for 20 years, like, people don't know who they are because people only watch one show. So.
Or they remember them when they were on, like, Spike TV and they haven't seen them in forever. It's like, oh, they're here. Cool.
That could be it, too. But, I mean, WWE's making them out to be a big thing. And I'm very happy to see that.
Yeah, no, I am, too.
I'm happy they're also calling their finish Skull and Bones. So I thought WWE might make them change it to something stupid that they could.
I thought they would get rid of Machine Guns.
They've been doing under Hunter. They've been doing well with keeping the old names.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just thought they'd gimmick up a different name for the finish, so they could make a totally unique T-shirt or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, whoever did the announce, I forget if it was Cole or whomever it was, said Skull and Bones. So I'm like, oh, we still call it the Skull and Bones. Okay. It's
good enough. Good enough.
More or less.
The next match. The Digital Media and International Championships. This Monsters Ball between PCO and Matt Carbonara. Pasta.
Pasta. Mighty of Italia.
At least this isn't PCO and Colin.
Yeah, I mean, this was more entertaining than PCO and Con.
Yes. Still not good.
I'll say this. I'll say this was about as good as I expected a PCO match to be with Cardona. It didn't disappoint.
You expected it to be worse, and it didn't.
Because something stupid usually happens with PCO, or then he'll concuss himself, or he'll like dislocate his shoulder, or he'll half die, and then it'll slow everything down.
Or get disqualified in a hardcore match. Or...
Exactly. So like everything from Cardona's goofy little Ghostbusters get up to the fact that his barbed wire bat was like ecto cooler fucking green.
That is funny.
And actually fucking sticking the thumbtacks into PCO's face.
I hate that spot, by the way.
But you can't tell me it wasn't interesting. You know what I mean? Like, you don't see that happen too much.
I can still say it's interesting, but I can also still say it's fucking stupid.
Oh, well, yeah, but it's also PCO. PCO's fucking, like, 60, and he still jumps through things and onto fucking aprons and onto fucking sideways chairs.
He's trying to break his back.
He's trying to die.
He's trying to sign up for AARP early.
Yeah, more or less. But I don't know. So I thought it was entertaining. Like, for what we expected it to be for Monsters Ball match, and for some of the other Monster Ball matches that we got, like, you know, Abyss Grado that I always go back to because I hated it.
You will never.
That's the worst fucking match I've ever seen. Okay.
Like, I remember.
I remember everything.
I was there.
I was there in the dark times. Abyss fought Grado in a Monsters Ball match. Fucking.
We need to do that once a lot.
Fucking Rockstar Spud losing to fucking Maxwell wasn't as bad as that fucking Grado and fucking Abyss match.
Oh boy! Like I said, we will do our next week watch along for Halloween. Grado and Abyss. I
don't want to. Maybe for the end of the year, you know, because if TNA goes on their like weird 2-week hiatus that they usually do, where they play like clip shows and dumb shit.
We could do something.
We could.
We will make most. We will make most out of this.
Fucking Abyss.
Hold on, let me see if this is on YouTube. Hold on.
It'll probably be somewhere like on Daily Motion or something nefarious to like. Oh, I could probably find it if it's not on YouTube.
No, not that fucking W2K shit. No, I need the real match.
It's bad that a call match would probably be better. Like, I was so mad. Kane squashing Chavo Guerrero for the ECW Championship was a better match than fucking Abyss versus Grado. And that lasted fucking 14 seconds.
Yeah, it's not here. It's not here. So we're gonna have to watch it on the TNA Plus app. And people are gonna have to join us.
I was about to say, you're gonna have to co-stream that then.
Yeah. We're gonna have to find a way to get it. If anyone wants to help us out, send the full match our way. Send it to Sushi Radio's DM. Slide into our DMs and
send us bad matches. Ugh.
Yeah. Send us this watch along. We need to make this a thing.
We don't need to. But either way, I think I ended up giving this like a 2.5 or 2 3/4 because it wasn't offensive. Like, it was about as good as I expected for the PCO match. It was a PCO.
2.5 is right. Definitely 2.5. But something that's not 2.5. We'll get to this. Moose against Mike Santana.
You didn't think that was 2.5?
Did you give it 2.5?
Yes. It was shit. It was poorly paced. JDC involved himself too fucking much. It made no fucking sense.
JDC got annoyed.
Moose fucking botching the fucking avalanche go to hell looking just like a fucking car crash midair. That doesn't help anything.
I am disappointed that this was just a singles match. It was not a grudge match. Nothing like that. So I feel like, okay, I guess they're still going, but the babyface won. He got it comeuppance. Like he overcame.
That's my problem with this whole feud. Like
he beat everyone in the system.
But it also makes no. It came out of fucking nowhere, okay? Because Moose thought he was the problem during the qualifiers for fucking Slammiversary, so JDC had to take him out, and then it was all implied. It was all, oh yeah, I told you to take him out, but we didn't see any kind of like nefarious build. We didn't see any kind of heat between anybody. It was just Moose being like, take him out.
Yeah, like when I was trying to figure out when did Moose realize like, hey, he's a threat. Like,
exactly. And none of it was there because it was like 3 weeks after Santana re-debuted after fucking beating up Maclin.
Yeah, and he had a tag team match with Maclin. Like,
exactly. So I'm like,
man, this guy scares me.
Exactly. So I'm like, it made no sense. The whole thing felt forced and it felt stupid. And the match wasn't good. It didn't flow super well. Like, it was sloppy. There were spots that were just slow. JDC got involved way too fucking much. And then you making Santana look like Superman, which I'm kind of over just the system looking like jabronis. Like, I've mentioned this so much over like the last 2 or so months, or probably since D'Amore left. The system was initially set up to look like a main event Mafia, Fortune, Four Horsemen, that style of
whatever you want to call it,
and then they turned into Suzuki-gun.
Yeah, they turned into Suzuki-gun. They had Alicia Edwards win a tag team belt with a partner that no one gave a shit about. They added JDC,
which no one gave a shit about.
Yeah, no, JDC's group was fine.
JDC was great with his little faction, with Bravo and fucking Kozlov.
Yeah.
But then they just disbanded after Kozlov got punked out by fucking, what's your finish, bro? Let me fucking kick out of it.
Yeah.
Makes Kozlov tap out in like fucking 10 seconds and then just fucking ruins that.
And then he's like, you know what? I think I retire again.
I think he did. And then he was off fucking television for like 3 months, and then he comes back as like, now I'm a stooge for the system. It's like, bitch, why? None of this makes sense. It was almost like you were just going through your roster going, who's free? You. Do a thing.
Alright. Okay, now I made it. Now I made it 2.5.
I like how I convinced you that it was that bad. I was like, no, it wasn't a good match.
I gave like a quarter extra. That was it.
But it's just, well, 2 3/4. Yeah, sure, like that. I get that, but like it was barely passable. Their whole angle was stupid. The involvement of JDC was stupid. None of this is good. And Santana's a fucking babyface. So where the fuck does he slot into any of the title races right now?
None.
Exactly.
Unless Nemeth is a heel, apparently.
Well, that's only if he knew about the Jables thing, but we'll get to that when we get there.
The Jables, the Gobbles.
The Jables are just like, Mago, I'm ruining TNA, Mago. All right, thanks, Jables. Fuck.
Gamers.
Fuck it. I got some money. Justin Hawk, pressure. Turn into fucking Timmy from South Park. Pressure!
But now, like, I feel like now it's just gonna continue. It's like, why?
Because he's got nothing else to do. Who's he gonna feud with?
I don't know.
Exactly. Unless they bring him into the Northern Armory angle with EY and Maclin, because technically there's 3 there, so Maclin would need another friend. So maybe Santana will be like, hey, we worked well together that one time, and, you know, you're not a piece of shit, so we'll help you out here kind of thing. Yeah. Maybe that's the holdover angle for Santana. And then we can get the blow-off between Maclin and Santana at, like, Hard to Kill, because I don't think they've had their rubber match yet.
Like, you know what would have been better? Having Santana and Moose in the Call Shot Gauntlet and have Santana beat Moose last to get that title shot.
I like you. I'll kill you last. Oh, thank you. So nice, Mr. Man. I
remember when I said I was going to kill you last. Yes, that's what you said.
I lied.
Oh my god, what was
Oh, shit.
Okay, now we get to the awesome. Our first main event. Jordynne Grace and Masha Slamovich for the Knockouts Championship.
I'll spoil this for our awards at the end of the show. This is my match of the night, yes.
Mine too, yep. It was
okay. I gave this a legitimate 5.
I gave it 4.5. I feel like sometimes the finishes got a little too much.
I like the references in the finishes, though, because they've had 4 other matches.
Yeah.
So, like, there was a lot of good stuff, and that one move from fucking Jordynne, that fucking gut wrench ocean bomb or whatever the fuck it was.
Right.
Like, because it looked like she had her kind of in the electric chair, but she was sort of leaning forward. So it didn't look like a regular ocean bomb. It looked like something different, but kind of the same. Like, that was cool. Kicking out of the Juggernaut driver was cool. Getting out of what?
The burning hammer was like, okay, all right, that's all right. Stop it.
The burning hammer bothered me a little bit, but it was also just nice to see Masha pull it out because I don't think we've seen her pull that out. You know what I mean?
No.
And it's like when she won with the pile driver, we don't really see her win with that either. So it's interesting to see these extra little wrinkles in her arsenal that we didn't really know were there. And, you know, Jordynne tried the Kaniku Buster, or, you know, the fucking Muscle Buster, if you want to Americanize it, whatever you want to say there. And Masha got out of that. She got out of the Kadome Valentine. Like, there was a lot of good moments and references and, like the strikes.
She's going to hit that Grace driver like she did 2 years ago.
Exactly, or like the fact that they mirrored each other towards the end with the 2 forearms and the spinning back fist. Masha missed, then Jordynne hits the 2 forearms and the spinning back fist, but it connects. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's just nice little moments like that where you're just like, okay, they kind of mirror each other. They remember their older matches. Masha got out of the way for the Vader bomb after the World's Strongest Slam. Like there was a lot of good wrinkles in that, and that was just such a good match, and it felt. It felt like they had tension because there wasn't heat because they were friends and they shook hands in the beginning and they hugged afterwards. But like there was a good competitive tension there that you get from like old Joshi wrestling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And yes, by cracky, Masha finally did it. New champion, and this was
Fifth
the
time's
right
the charm,
call.
apparently. Sheesh.
Yeah.
But it was definitely the right person went over here. Masha looked fantastic. The match was fucking fantastic. And the Knockouts division needs a little bit of a reset, so. And Jordynne's probably gone in the beginning of the year, so.
Yep, her and Mr. Octopus Wall can go with her.
I don't even know if he will. Because he lost some time because of injury, and maybe the flight delay thing will work against him for contract. I don't know how much extra time he's got built into that contract.
I thought he negotiated, like, hey, can I leave with her? You can walk me on the leash.
I don't know if that was a handshake understanding beforehand or currently, but it might be because it's not like they're doing anything with Gresham. So.
Right, and Gresham could just be a coach.
Yeah, I don't really see where he'd slot in WWE.
He would just be NXT lifer, honestly.
Or actually, never mind. I changed what I said. I know exactly where he would slot in NXT or WWE.
What?
He'd be new Drew Gulak.
Yeah, he would
The
be
technical
the new
guy. Mm-hmm.
Yep, and never get called up. Maybe win a belt, win a match or two, but put everyone else over. That would be his thing.
I mean, Gresham might get called up depending on who gets added to the roster at some point. You know what I mean?
Right, but do you see him doing well?
Depends on who he gets paired with. Like, he's not much smaller than like a Tyler Bate or a Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne they're called up.
Yeah, it took Tyler Bate, like, what, 8 years to get called up?
Okay, it took a while, yes, but he was also like 21 when he joined NXT UK or whatever. He was young as fuck.
They were like, "Well, shit, pal, you're still here."
It's like, you're a child. That's why we didn't call you up. You can't even drink in America. Go away.
Like, yeah, sure. All right, you're still here. There, go.
Or if
Be
Charlie
gone.
Dempsey gets called up, that could be a good way for Gresham to go up with him too. Being technical, catch as catch can, whatever they end up calling a future stable. Hopefully, still not the no quarter catch crew, but
Yeah, maybe a different name.
But you know what? Like, I think there's positions for Gresham to get called up, depending on how things go.
Right. But we'll see. Happy for Grace. I mean, sorry, not Grace. Masha. Happy for Masha. New champion. Hopefully, she has a nice, healthy reign.
Or decent, a couple months at least.
Yeah, maybe like March or April.
Yeah, I have no clue who's actually going to beat her because that division is stale.
Yeah, so we'll find out. Speaking of now, a surprise, because we thought this was a main event, but it's not a main event.
Yeah, that was the surprise, everybody!
Yeah, Nic Nemeth against Joe Hendry for the TNA World Championship. And
Stupid.
very dumb. Like, as I said before the air, it was going good.
It was going fine, but then they booked themselves into a corner in a stupid way. And we talked about this beforehand, so I'll bring it up again just so that it's, out there out there in the ether for everyone to hear it. Like, they've been doing this stupid shit where they book themselves into a corner and they don't fucking pull the trigger on anything. And I don't even mean Hendry with this. What I mean is, like, when you make the match with Steph DeLander and Cardona against PCO and Rhino, but then you just put the kibosh on the whole thing because she needs neck surgery. So there was no reason to make the fucking match. Kaz wins the fucking gauntlet. He's the special guest referee. Everybody sees it written all over the place. He's going to try to do what fucking Moose did to Josh Alexander and cash in at an opportunistic time and win the belt. And Kaz teases it twice. It only almost comes into play once because he fast counts, but Hendry it kicks out. And then Jable shows up and just starts giving out clothesline to hells to everybody. Like, levels Kaz, so the ref's gone. Levels Hendry, so who knows what the fuck is going on there. levels fucking Nic Nemeth's brother from the fucking crowd, so who knows the fuck's going on there. And then Nemeth just retains because, Hendry was beat up from a clothesline from hell.
Hendry needs to chase more. He needs to chase more.
Which, given how the main event went, I understand why you delay it. But you can't delay.
But how long can you keep doing it?
You can only delay it till Hard to Kill, at the latest.
And if not, that it just shows that it's never gonna happen.
Yep.
You can't just do like 2 years later. This time, I promise.
Yeah, if it doesn't happen by Hard to Kill, then Hendry is Matt Morgan with more charisma,
and he's more than likely leaving.
Most likely, yeah. I think Hendry's contract is up towards the beginning of next year anyway, but I feel like if they did well by him, I think he'd resign.
Right. That was the thing. Like, I actually had like a little glimmer of hope when JBL hit the clothesline from hell, threw him in, and when he kicked out, I was like, okay, good. But the fact that it did not close the show, I already knew no matter what they did, he was not going to win that belt.
Yep, because you piss off the fans there just to send them home happy on the main event. Because you can't have them happy twice, because then it takes the rub off the main event win. I get it.
Exactly. Like, if this was main event, Joe Hendry would have won.
Which is sad.
Yeah. And they're still like, you know what? You need more character development.
Which he doesn't. The only thing we have to figure out...
You need to suffer more. You need to lose more.
The only thing that we figure out is if Nick knew about JBL's bullshit. Because I could see, you doing your drinking game, Nick being a fighting champion. If he watches the tape back and sees that Jables interfered in his match and beat up his brother and Hendry, Nick may offer Hendry a rematch. You know what I mean? Because he's a good guy fighting champion type thing. And then
be delusional.
Well, exactly. But then we can get at least a good finish. Because then Nick is just not going to want to win like that. So Hendry's still in the main event circle somewhere. Yeah, but then Kaz is always looming with his fucking trophy to cash in whenever.
So as soon as Hendry wins, Kaz will cash it in, like Shades of Moose to Josh Alexander.
But if it's at a bigger show, like a Hard to Kill, then I could see Kaz trying to cash in, but then Hendry beats him, shrugs him off, and fucking like catches him with a standing ovation and fucking just defends.
Yeah, again, if this was a main event match, Hendry would have won. Kaz could have. They could have done Hulk. Kaz calls it in, but he still fails, like in the middle of the match. Or JBL still does his thing. Gets Hendry into the ring after clothesline from hell. Wanted danger zone, kick out. Danger zone again, but Hendry pushes him off. Stand ovation. Boom. 1, 2, 3. We could have had those. Could have.
We could also get the long form bullshit shenanigans way of Kaz challenging for the title.
Yep.
I think we talked about this a little bit ago, where he could always, because he can challenge for any title with the Gauntlet Championship. Yeah. So he could technically challenge for the X-Division just to win it because it's easier, and then option C it.
He could do that, because it's been a while since we had that, so...
I think he was the last one that did that, like in 2021 or 2022 when he came back?
Yeah, we used it on Josh.
Yep.
So maybe he'll do it again. I like how that's just a permanent rule instead of just for Destination X.
It's a wonderful rule, though, honestly.
It is. No, I'm not saying it isn't, but I'm saying it's kind of funny how they just still kept it. Instead of just, it's going to be for Destination X only. No, it's just whenever.
Well, I mean, I think they had to when they stopped doing Destination X for a couple of years.
Yeah, that's true. And then Austin Aries wanted again. Oh, I'm going to do it.
If only every company did that. Could you imagine, like, the Intercontinental Champion cashing in the Intercontinental Champion?
Yeah, hey, I am confident enough that I am going to beat and challenge the world the world champion, but if I have to sacrifice that belt to get that title match next, so be it.
It's like, you know how happy Naito would have been if he could have just, thrown that fucking Intercontinental belt at somebody and said, "Give me a world title shot."
He would throw it in someone's face, saying, "Okay, that belt right there."
See this piece of shit? I'm either gonna break it or you're gonna give me a shot at the world title. One or the other. I don't want this.
Yeah. So give me.
Yeah, stupid fucking belt. It's funny how just so good that belt was. Naito hated it. Nakamura loved it.
But Naito learned to appreciate it after he won it back from Jericho. Like, right, this title might actually be my saving grace after all.
And it kind of was.
Yeah, a year later.
Even his whole trash can, the title thing, that kind of helped ingratiate him to Western fans that were just learning about New Japan at the time. They're just like, "Oh, he's a dick. He's funny."
Yeah. He's being interviewed. Oh, he's walking away from the bill.
He's stepping on it. He's literally breaking it. Okay.
Why are you so mad at it? Because people preferred that over him in the main event.
Which is a fantastic story.
Yeah, they voted. We'd rather have Tanahashi and Nakamura for the Intercontinental than you and Okada for the heavyweight title in our main event.
Mm-hmm.
Because you two are not it yet.
True.
Yeah, because even Okada still wasn't fully there yet at that time.
Okada kind of was. I feel like if it was Nakamura or Tanahashi against Okada, there would have been no argument.
Right, but...
No, because it was Naito.
But also, it's Nakamura and Tanahashi, the big two. So they kind of we're not ready to move on from them yet.
They didn't have anybody else at that time, really. Because,
no.
Goto was the other one that was kind of in that upper mid card, and nobody would have wanted to see him win.
And Balor was only junior heavyweight.
Correct. Tama was nothing.
Yep.
Fale wasn't anything.
Yeah. So if the only thing that could have worked was if Balor became an actual heavyweight, which was never going to happen. It looks like.
Mm-hmm.
But
or they could have just crowned Taichi earlier. They're cowards. That's all. Taichi should have been winning from day one.
Yep. Now he needs to be global champion, be champions with Zack Sabre Jr.
And then he can cash that in. Option Taichi.
Yeah.
There we go.
Option Taichi. Let's go. But our main event, the thing that will send the people home happy. Full Metal Mayhem, TLC, HLA, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
ABC, System, and Hardyz.
They started off with really, really bad psychology.
Yeah, and it's just like, well, we could have had, someone could have won the match, but let's just attack them.
Yeah, literally, someone could have won that match within the first fucking 3 minutes. But no, because ABTLC wanted to gang up on the System people and take turns where two of them put fucking... ABC put Myers through a table, and Hardyz put Eddie through a table, and they were dead for 60% of the match. But
right.
I think the best takeaway early on with this match was the fact that the Jeff Hardy art for the ring and the chairs and the ladders was much better than his Immortal Championship back in the day.
Oh yeah, that.
Because that was a fucking travesty of a title. Oh my god.
It was.
Whoever thought that was a good idea should be slapped twice.
But this went exactly as you expected it to go. It's chaos. There's weapons. No DQ.
It was fun. It was fun though.
But I'm saying it's exactly what you expect. Spots. Spots were cool. Spots were cool.
It is, and it wasn't, and it was, because the Hardys didn't look super old in the match. You know what I mean? Their weird little setup with the construction ladder through the A-frame ladder to cause that weird little bridge of doom thing. That was interesting. Jeff trying to use a chair to slide down a ladder to fucking drop kick a dude was just pure stupid Jeff shit. and it's just like it wasn't old Jeff. It was, and it was just
it was midlife crisis, Jeff.
It was just Jeff. Jeff would have done that when he was 20. He would do it now. You know what I mean? He'd be like, "I'm gonna try to grind on this thing all the way down and drop kick you, bitch. Are you fucking Bam Margera? What the fuck is this? Is this Viva La Bam in the wrestling world?"
He's like, "No, my name is Jeff.
My name is Jeff. Name is Jeff." Okay. But no, it was fun, and there was no like egregious botches. The worst part to it was the bad psychology in the beginning, where the baby faces just were that mad at the two heels that they decided to split them apart and kill them for 60% of the match.
Yep, and again,
which
Matt
the
Hardy,
crowd was okay with, so I guess.
And Matt Hardy is now the #1 babyface.
True.
In TNA, this was so satisfying.
Do you want to explain why? Because you dislike her way more than I do.
That bitch, Alicia Edwards.
You said her name right too. I'm mad at you.
Alicia Edwards came in. She was trying to be a heel. God damn it.
God damn.
God damn it.
She took the neck brace off. God damn.
Oh, we're pushing out that. But yeah, she was tossed in the crowd, and then Matt Hardy got broke, whatever you want to call it, and hit the twist of fate. I'm like, fucking finally.
I figured that's why you popped.
I was like, this match. Matt Hardy is the #1 babyface in TNA. Give him all the stuff.
You're just like, I hate this Tammy Lynn wannabe. Yeah, he killed her. And I'm like, I think Alicia's kind of cute and charming because I think she plays her part well. But you're just like, no, fuck that stupid Boston.
No, fuck that muff cabbage. Cabbage in your mouth.
Muff cabbage.
Yeah, that muff cabbage.
Yeah, your New York is showing. Calm down a little bit.
It's the Jersey thing. What's up with that?
Hey, what's the matter you? What's up with that?
What's up with that?
Hey, muff cabbage. What the fuck?
In Detroit, New Jersey.
I mean, yeah, Detroit kind of is the New Jersey of the Midwest, so.
Yes. Yes, Jesus Christ.
I'm not gonna argue it. I don't mind Detroit.
But the happy ending for the fans. New TNA Tag Team Champions. The Hardys on top. Once again, a healthy Hardy Boys because they failed to do it in AEW.
And they looked pretty good, honestly. Like, even if it's a spot fest kind of match, like everybody looked fine. Huh?
I gave them a 4.
I gave it a 4 1/4.
Yeah, like, it was fun. It was chaotic. It was exactly the way you expected it to be.
But it was actually well executed. That's why I put that a little higher than the X-Division match, because you're trying to compare this match to the Young Bucks Hardy's match in ROH or TLC 1, TLC 2. If you're trying to or even the like the TLC matches with Team 3D and the Wolves, like it's not the same thing. You know what I mean? Like you kind of have to take what those were and remember that they're like 45 now or slightly older. So
they're about 50 almost.
Yeah, so it's like you have to kind of just think what they can do and how it was. And it was really entertaining for how limited they looked in AEW.
I'm going to check their age.
Like they look healthier in TNA than they did in AEW.
Matt Hardy is exactly 50.
And then Jeff has to be like 45 or 46.
Yeah, because he's the younger brother.
Yeah. And I think he was a couple years
Jeff Hardy is 47.
47, okay. So yeah, they're pushing 50. They're pushing 50 and they still pulled off a really good TLC match.
Yeah, and they probably got 1 or 2 years left.
Yeah. And that was also really good regardless of who was in it. You know what I mean? Like, if you replace the Hardys with any 2 other people and they did the same exact spots, it was still a good match.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have gotten the same reaction because it wasn't the Hardys. But you know what I mean? Like, they didn't just perform well for old people. They performed well.
Right. And the Hardys needed to win this match.
especially after Hendry lost.
Yep. Otherwise, because if ABC won, sure, but they wouldn't be as happy.
No, like especially with how hot the crowd was for Hendry.
Yeah, it's just ABC won, woo, yippee. I mean, okay, but it's not what I wanted. And it wouldn't be like, why, this was the main event?
It would have been like Slammiversary when Nemeth won instead of Hendry, and people were just like, okay, it's not Moose or it's not Kaz, but it's not Hendry, so fuck this match. Like no one cares. Like, but no, so it makes sense too, because like we were talking about before, the fact that Hendry lost, it needed to happen to make the Hardy pop bigger.
Yep. Otherwise, this would not have worked, probably.
Or it wouldn't have worked as well. If people just got done popping for Hendry winning and then Hardy's won too, I guess that's too much good feeling going over.
You can't be happy.
You can't be too happy. We have to moderate the happiness. You see, there's ratchet.
Yeah, because if you're too happy, we're gonna take you out back and beat you with some clubs.
Because then it's too hard to try to match that happiness for our next pay-per-view. So we need to save a happy moment for later. That's all it is. It's just like, I really like this booze, so let me just take like one shot every time, like every week, instead of drinking the whole bottle, just so I have something to look forward to the next week until it's gone.
But let's get to our good, bad, and stupid.
And dumb.
The good, bad, and dumb.
The good, bad, and
The
dumb.
we already talked about the dumb being Kazarian with the call your shot.
Yeah.
The bad
And just
was
knockout
the knockout
title. Yeah, that's bad.
And the good was Masha and Jordynne's.
Hardy's winning was good also, but if we talk about like the most good, yeah, it was Masha Jordynne match.
Speaking of good, job of the night, powered by comicbookclick.com, comicbookclick.com/DirtyReady for all your pop culture geeky media. Cast the major issues every Thursday, wherever you listen. Job of the night, go. Is it Wendy Choo?
I mean, I don't mind Wendy Choo as much as some people do, but I'll give it to Rhino, because even though I didn't care for his involvement in the Gauntlet match, the crowd was hot for him. It was his hometown, you know what I mean? Like, they responded correctly, and when it got down to Rhino and Kaz, the crowd was pretty hot for a fucking pre-show match, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I would probably have to give it to Rhino. Rhino seems like the good pick.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, now, match of the night. We talked about it, but it's powered by Monk.com. Use code DSR10 for 10% off your order. Start your aromatherapy today. Match of the night. Jordynne, Masha.
Easy.
What more can we really say? And of course, powered by the Cold Case Project, Megastar of the Night.
The Hardyz.
Hardyz. They had the big win, big pop. Big
feel good moment. Everything was just big. That was good shit.
Yeah, it worked to its advantage. So I was very happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
And overall, I got a decent show. Stuff was questionable, but it was a good show.
Yeah. Since I rate shows out of 10, I gave this one a 7, which that's low for a big pay-per-view for TNA, because usually they're like 8s or higher.
Yeah, but unfortunately we had the Knockouts tag, the Santana Moose, and the ending of Hendry and Nemeth.
Which, Hendry Nemeth makes sense after the finish to the main event.
Yeah.
And I gave it a 7 because I thought it was still pretty decent, pretty good. And there was questions left from the show, which I think is always good. You don't want everything wrapped up real tight. So, is Nemeth a heel? Did he know about JBL doing what JBL did? What's Kaz gonna do with the fucking, Gauntlet trophy? Is Zaya gonna join the Elegant Squad or fucking, get down and dirty and try to fight them with someone different? what's
Yep.
Rosemary gonna do now that she broke up the Sleep Paralysis Demon alliance?
Yep. She's gonna lose to her in NXT.
I mean, probably. I mean, the sad thing is they both need a win.
Yeah.
Like, Wendy kind of needs a win on NXT, and then Rosemary kind of needs a win on TNA, so...
Yeah.
And then I think Vikingo is supposed to be on next week's episode, so...
Oh yeah, didn't you know? He's the new X-Division champion!
TNA gonna TNA, that's how that works. Like, they can't do anything right. They're gonna spoil their show, like, 15 minutes early, or an hour early, whatever the fuck it was, and then run the wrong graphic, yeah.
But guys, we are going to wrap it up here. It is late. It is past 1 a.m.
Oh shit.
For the 113 people and extra. Thank you all for watching us. Follow Dirt Sheet Radio, whether that is Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You want to watch the video replay? We're on YouTube and Facebook. And of course, the Twitter. We are here nearly every day of the week. Monday Night Raw, Monday, Tuesday is NXT, Wednesday is Dynamite, Thursday is us, Friday is SmackZone, an occasional pay-per-view on a Friday and or Saturday.
No, Friday is TNA 2.0.
Oh yeah.
They have Motor City Machine Guns, they have AJ Styles. Friday is
Eli
also
Drake?
TNA.
Right, Eli Drake.
Oh, so there you go. Also TNA.
And every Sunday, NXT Level Up. And also every Thursday, the Dirt Sheet Radio show. That's at like 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning. But, anywho, follow me on Twitter at DavidPhoenix12. Follow my Instagram at HouseHusbandCosplay. Follow my anime show, Otaku Cafe. Follow that on Facebook or on Twitter at Otaku Cafe Anime. We're also on Instagram. We are hosted on W2 Network and Dirt Sheet Radio every Tuesday, sometimes Wednesday, depending on schedule. Follow Andrew at IWC World Sheet. Check out his content at The Chairshot. Chairshot.com. Always use your head. And we will be here for the fallout of Bound for Glory. And we will see you all next time. Say goodnight, Andrew.